Hey Summoners, how are you doing today? IPL Killing Spree, we are live this week, and I got a guest with me, Chowster. Hey. Welcome. How are you? How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm doing good today.
So we definitely have some time before we get into the game today, and of course, you know, things happen, games get patched.
Yeah.
Happens.
Random
Issues.
Server patches
Sometimes issues come up. So first off, Korea.
Yeah.
How is it? How is it going over there?
The house that we
Well, you have your house coming up.
Oh,
you had your invitational.
Mm-hmm.
Just
invitational.
Korea. How is it?
Well,
I want to go.
The house isn't 100% confirmed, but as for the invitational, it went well. Like, we got a free trip to Korea. We got to walk around, check out the stuff, and figure out, like, oh wow, it would be really nice if we did have a gaming house in Korea. So that's how the plan came to be, basically.
Nice.
Yeah.
So and you just that right there for you. Good. And so you guys also have Hanover coming up too.
Oh yeah, Hanover's next month. It's a really big tournament. Everyone's preparing for it right now.
So what are you guys doing right now to get ready?
We've been practicing a lot more than we've ever had before. So that's really good. Since we know we need to practice, we're really rusty. So we're trying to scrim a lot of the top teams right now.
So so we have some of the other American teams going in. Curse is going in. Dignitas, I believe.
Yes, Dignitas.
You guys and Solo Mid.
Yeah, I think those are the 4 NA teams. I'm not 100% sure. But.
So I mean, like, who are you worried about? Who do you think is your biggest threat going into Hanover?
I don't think there's a biggest threat because I feel all the top teams have a chance to take it. I think it would be extremely careless to overlook any of the top teams because you don't know how much preparation any of the teams are going to go through. You don't know what kind of gimmicks are going to be pulled. Like, if you haven't seen something before and someone does it, you're not going to be able to counter it in one game. You will lose that game. So anyone can do it. So it's like someone could have a bag of tricks up their sleeves, so it's like a wild card. It's basically whoever's the most prepared is going to take it.
Yeah. And then we had M5 now with Kiev. Everyone caught kind of everyone off guard with that Shyvana, new flavors of the month, everything like that. So how about M5? Are you guys worried about them in particular, or just going to roll them over just like any other team?
I don't. Like I said before, I don't really think one team is going to be the main concern. I think all the teams just need to prepare for all possible outcomes. Like, just prepare for all the factors that could possibly happen. And if you're prepared, then you deserve to win.
Good. So then we are playing on live today. So Ziggs is available. OP. We've been asking this to everybody. You think Ziggs is OP?
I don't think he's broken, but I think he's decent enough to be used in tournament play. How good he is, I don't know yet. He hasn't been played enough.
Think he might get banned today? Possibly?
No, he won't be banned. Very low chance of being banned. I don't see any reason for him to be banned over other champions.
So I mean, we got Curse today. We got TSM today, and we've seen Curse here before. Curse is on a nice little spree that they've got going on, almost a killing spree. Terrible joke, name of the show. But so here's how Killing Spree works for any of you who are just joining us today. So this is a King of the Hill style tournament. Every time you win, you get $300. Get to stay for the next week. Keep going. If Curse wins tonight, they will have a 3-game streak and they will win themselves $400 instead of the usual $300. So if TSM wins today, they break Curse's 2-game spree. They get to come back next week. They get $300 tonight. So, Curse right now, if they win this one today, they will be sticking around and they will just keep on racking up more and more bucks until someone decides to take them out. So, and you've played Curse,
yeah,
here recently. So how did you guys feel after that game?
I mean, we lost, so of course we didn't feel very good. So yeah, we realized like, oh yeah, Curse is a really good team. Yeah, we know CRS. Curse has been a strong team. If they get their full lineup, which has a lot of problems at main events, because one of their main players is like 15 years old, can't go to a lot of main events, so they can never really bring like their strongest lineup, which causes a lot of people to say like, oh, Curse isn't that strong. But I feel like if they could ever bring their full lineup, we would be, you know, one of the top teams.
Yeah, and then we also have IPL 4 coming up, which you know, since you guys placed in the top 4 IPL 3, so you guys get to come back for 4. So and we are running our open qualifiers pretty soon. So so are you guys still looking at that on the horizon? So you're going to be Dignitas is going to be there, Epic's going to be there. Are you guys is that just a little bit too far away for you guys to start?
I mean, when you prepare for any tournament, like people are preparing for Hanover, obviously like the preparations for that tourney are going to carry over to IPL 4, which is like a month afterwards, and there'll be tournaments along the way, and any top team will keep practicing. No one's going to take like some vacation and like lose out on some teamwork or forget how the game is played. So as long as you keep playing the game, it should be fine. Like, it'll carry over.
And then also for open qualifiers, we are getting international teams in on this.
Oh, it'll be international teams.
We got some guys from EU coming over. They're going to be in the open brackets. They still got to qualify. They still got to go through the gauntlet in order to get in. So do you think? I think it's going to be really interesting.
That'd be nice. I think it'd be more interesting if Asian teams were involved. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but it would be
in the future. Yeah. In the future, it's something to look at. It's definitely a possibility we are looking for. Going further down the line. But IPL 4 coming up soon. NA, EU. I'm looking to get something really exciting. Like, it'd be amazing if we can get like M5 or someone to like fly on over to get like CLG EU coming in. SK, that'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be good. International tournaments are better than just like one region.
It is. It's a little bit more. It's a bit more entertaining too, because you have some.
You always have that EU NA rivalry.
Yes,
the shit talking going on at all times. So.
I'm very much waiting for like all the Korean teams to start coming in. Like I'm also really excited. A lot of the StarCraft teams are now getting like StarTale has a team now.
Oh yeah.
So I love that energy. Like, everyone's now just kind of joining together. We are really truly becoming international. So how are the Korean teams looking right now?
They're actually really strong. Korean teams. I would put them on par with anyone, basically, because they've played the game as long as anyone else has. They've played on the NA server since the beginning. And they just take that experience over to Korea because the servers just opened up over there.
So like what teams are really looking big and in good shape over there?
MIG is really strong. EDG is also still strong. It's a really strong team. Outside of those are two known Korean teams now. I'm sure in the future they're going to be stomping the Korean scene over and over, and because they beat these guys so much that other teams will go up and they'll adapt and they'll eventually be as good as they are. Yeah, so more teams we have to look out for the other top teams.
So we also had IEM Sao Paulo is actually going on right now.
Oh yeah.
So they had a local LOL event, like Brazilian teams only.
Oh, was for league?
Just for league.
Oh, okay.
And it was a very interesting watch. Just because a lot Brazilian players on LOL.
Was there a lot of Mordekaisers? No?
I didn't see any when I watched, but I mean they do get a lot of crap. But I mean I watched all the matches. There's some decent play coming out from there. It's not too bad. I mean they're not definitely not on par with like EU or anything like that. But I think if we had like an NA only tournament, I think they'd definitely show their style and be worthy competitors. Get some of those because I know some of them they play on NA. I think a few of them are actually like 1900, 2000 level.
High yellow.
So maybe one day we'll see some South American servers pop up.
South American servers.
Why not?
They're already on North America.
So we have almost everyone in the game. So, oh, there's Crumbs. All right, we are live. So everyone is here. Everyone's in the game. We're just waiting for everyone to get their foodstuffs or back from the bathroom. But we're just about ready to go with it here. I am Hat Person. I am here with this guy. Chowster's here with us in the studio today. IPL Killing Spree, Curse versus TSM. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a good time today. I am excited. If Curse, who you got your money on? Straight out.
I think TSM has advantage here because they're more experienced and they've been practicing like every day recently. So I have my money on TSM, but at the same time, it's not going to be like some stacking ridiculous odds. I still think CRS has in it, and they can potentially win. So it's not, CRS can still win. It's anyone's game.
I mean, I am a fan of Curse. We had Elements on our Learn to Play this Tuesday. I'm a big fan of him. Cop has actually really, proven, I think, his skills recently here on this show. Because he's been an amazing AD carry. So we are pretty much ready to go. Cool. And also for everyone out there at home, just because these guys are competing for money doesn't mean that you can't win something too. As always, we got our IPL hoodies right here. We have Razer mouse pads right here. If you want to win both of these, all you need to do is hop on Twitter at IGN Pro League and just tell us who you think is going to win. I'm calling Curse. He's calling TSM. We want to know who you think is going to win. If we pick your tweet, you can win that stuff right there. Also, we are always looking for your replays. Riot Nasus codes right here. Just if you have a good play, if you want to see it on a top 5, you did something awesome. If you want help, if you want to be on our Learn to Play series, just send it right over IPLLOL@gmail.com, and we will get that to you if we like what you send us. So we are still waiting for the launch. And there we go. Right into Champ Select. We are ready. So we're still waiting to see. We are on live. We're waiting to see if Ziggs gets banned. A lot of people out there think he's OP. Scion, first ban from Curse.
I actually I was about to say, if CRS has been watching TSM's games recently, a lot of it has to do with Reginald picking Scion mid, which really fits their playstyle to invade the enemy jungle. Depending on, they can predict the routes and they can go in, like, just clear the wave really quick and just help their jungler counter jungle. And I feel like Scion is a really smart ban. I actually didn't expect Curse to do it. Like, if I wanted to tell Curse how to beat TSM, I would have told them to ban Scion.
So they've definitely been doing their research on this matchup.
Yes, this is they're not going into this blind. It's a very smart ban.
So TSM comes in next with the Morgana, standard AP ban.
Reginald really hates to lane against casters. He can't put out a lane because you can't really do that to Morgana with a lot of champions that Reginald plays.
So Cassiopeia coming in from Curse, another, she's really kind of fallen into, like, she's in the limelight right now. Very popular AP mid. She has, the pool, much like Morgana and Brand. She has the farming, she has the slows. The ult is fantastic. Yeah,
she has a lot of AoE damage, which is basically anti-disengage. You don't really want to rush into Cassiopeia, because if you do, you might, everyone just gets, like, AoE'd. You never want to do that. And at the same time, her single target damage is possibly the highest sustained damage in the game.
So then Vladimir also coming in. And Curse has actually been playing they played last week against Vladimir. They did Rumble. They picked Rumble against Vladimir.
Rumble actually does really, really well against Vladimir, and I feel like TSM only banned Vladimir. They actually believe that Yorick counters Vladimir, which is kind of true. But as you know, Yorick is disabled, so if they can't pick their counter to Vladimir, they have to ban Vladimir.
Well, we did patch. The patch did come out right as we were about to broadcast, and Yorick is actually back. And so is Mordekaiser. So I think we got in right under the gun.
Oh, I don't think they know that. They probably don't know it.
So Curse picking up Maokai with their first pick. TSM going with Ryze. and Sona.
Yeah, Rise Sona is really standard picks. Everyone considers Rise one of the strongest picks in the game because even if he gets pushed in, he can free farm and he can dominate the later team fights. And Sona is the most dominant support player, a support champion bottom lane, so they always want to take that.
Sona's been really like really like the center of a lot of discussion lately. Like, you know, who needs to be nerfed.
Everyone usually like she can even be banned, which is really funny as a support.
So and then we've seen Rise quite a bit lately. So could you explain for all the new players out there why Rise is such a popular pick?
Okay, Rise is actually really strong because he can just build these semi-tanky items like Frozen Heart, Banshee's Veil, and all of those augment his skills. So he actually gets stronger and stronger, and his spells deal more damage just by building tanky. And on a caster, that's borderline broken. So of course, like, I know how a lot of noobs will feel. They'll be like, Rise isn't doing anything. Like early game, it's true. Early game, mid game, Rise isn't as strong as he can be, but the thing comes mid-late and late game, that's where Rise shines.
So Curse Cop is going to be sticking with Graves. I love watching his Graves play. I watching his Caitlyn play. But we also got the Zilean.
That Zilean pick, yes, that is very, very good pick, actually. They don't have... TSM has nothing to deal with Zilean right now.
What would you usually want to grab to deal with Zilean?
Well, Zilean is... The thing is, there's not really a counter to Zilean in the first place. It's just you have to counter their team composition overall, and by securing Zilean in a team comp such as what CRS has right now, they have the utility with Maokai. They have the early ganks and pressure. They have top Rumble. I guarantee Rumble is gonna beat whatever top lane Rainman can play. They picked in Gangplank, and there's no way Gangplank can beat Rumble. He's gonna have to they have to hold his hand. Odd1's gonna have to babysit his lane, and it's going to happen, or Pole Belcher will just kill him.
I'm surprised that TSM didn't actually just straight out ban Rumble.
Rumble is really, really strong, but he's not normally banned because he's not played by too many teams, I feel. And even if they can play those teams, they've forgotten to pick Rumble for some odd reason. So it's like they're getting really, it's kind of lucky for Rumble players because Rumble's really, really strong, but it's not going to see any bans because everyone forgot that Rumble exists. Yeah.
So we're hovering over Gangplank for last pick for TSM. I think we might be locking on that in just a moment. So main matchups right now. So I'm assuming we're gonna have Jungle Lee Sin and Jungle Maokai. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have a Jungle Maokai. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see Lee Sin in Jungle for TSM.
Yes.
So, I mean, Maokai's actually pretty fast in his own.
Because he can set up those saplings, so he can clear like free camp basically. So he's pretty fast.
And then
and also his ganks, he's just you press W and he's already on the champion, and he knocks you up, and then you're slowed. Yeah. So the follow-up ganks with Maokai, early game is really, really strong.
Yeah, the Maokai combo is just so deadly. Root, sapling, smash, whatever, you're just dead. So, and then bot lane?
I actually don't like CRS's pick bot lane, because MF counters Graves and MF counters Sustain, and they picked Soraka and Graves. So that, they countered themselves.
Yeah.
So hopefully bottom lane cannot get smashed.
Yeah, I was wondering for a second because MF, you usually don't see MF bot lane. Like when like situations like this, what are other situations you'd see MF pick bot?
Normally, I feel recently people have just picked MF because they caught on from M5, and I've always said MF was a strong pick, and everyone like MF was always a good pick in lane. Everyone knows MF is the strongest AD laner outside of Caitlyn, except for some reason they just didn't play her, and they made up all these BS excuses to why she sucks. And all of a sudden, M5, like even Chaos did the same thing. I remember they were scrimming against M5, and they locked in MF, and Chaos was like, he's like laughing at them, like they picked MF. And now there's a thread on the forum saying Chaos saying MF is OP. So opinions change so much. It's kind of funny.
Opinions changes, the meta changes, patches come up, patches come and go. And it's looking very. I'm really looking forward to this match. I really want to see. I think it's really going to come down to bot lane.
I think bot lane will make the difference this game because I feel like Zilean has pretty good advantage on Rise early and mid, and the top lane Rumble. Once Rumble hits level 5, level 4, level 5, GP is just nothing he can do. So,
yeah,
especially if Pole Belter is really taking Heal Ignite, GP has no chance. So he's going to get ganked. Rumble will get ganked for sure. If he can live, is the thing we have to watch for him.
So I think So Rise mid against Zilean, that's kind of rough.
It's not as rough as it would be. I think Zilean wins early, pretty handily. He should win pretty early, without any help from jungle, of course.
Yeah. So I think so we're looking to see what happens bot lane.
Yeah. Bot lane will be to watch out. We want to see if Chaos will run over Cop because they have the counter pick.
Yep.
Like Sona's really good against Soraka, and MF is really good against both Graves and Soraka, and they have those champions. So.
All right. Good to go. So these are your teams. Curse versus TSM Game 1 for IPL Killing Spree. Curse, we got Zilean, Graves, Soraka, Rumble, and Maokai. TSM, we grabbed Rise, Sona, Misfortune, Gangplank, and Lee Sin. We are going to go to a short commercial break, but right after that, we will be into Game 1. I'm here with Chowster. It's going to be a good time. We are live, everyone. IPL Killing Spree back in a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is IPL Killing Spree, Curse versus TSM. We are at Game 1 right now. Here we are. So Curse on the blue side, TSM on the purple side. So we were, during the loading screen, we were talking a little bit about summoner spells.
Yes, I didn't notice until too late that Rainman took Teleport Ignite, which is actually really unorthodox and actually kind of, it's not foolish, but guaranteed that Rayman is going to take his own blue and he's going to teleport to top lane so you can have blue buff against Rumble.
Yeah, like at least he is an energy-based champ. He doesn't really need the mana. Cooldown reduction, it's not really a it's not something he necessarily needs early. But we do have this very offensive ward here by TSM. They're looking to impose themselves on Curse in their initial jungling phase because Maokai starts at Wraiths. He needs to get prepared. It's very much like when Shaco starts out in the jungle. He needs to get his boxes. He needs to get his setup. Otherwise, he's off to just a really rough start. So right now, TSM they've done their extent of their harass so far.
They have a few multiple pings going out. They don't actually know what they're really going to do 100%. That's why, well, he just one of them out.
Yep. So MF did her job. She lured out one of the saplings to make sure that Maokai couldn't outright kill all those wraiths. And here comes Rice. He's poking in. He took the blue wraith.
Yeah, he took the blue wraith. Really
incredibly aggressive play.
Which isn't actually worth it in my opinion because he took like 300 HP worth of damage. So Zilean can press that advantage really hard. If Zilean right now he can just walk up and press Q, and Reginald will be forced to trade, and he'll lose the trade.
So they decided to just be a little bit more behind in mid, just to slow Maokai down. And actually, we have vision of CV here on Lee Sin. He's getting his red, and Gangplank is getting the blue.
Yes.
And he will be teleporting top as soon as he gets that.
Lee Sin doing standard Wraith red start, and now the lane will be pushing towards Gangplank's favor.
Yep.
Just in time for him to TP with blue buff, so it'll be really nice for GP to have that early, because Rumble always loses early game anyways. And now he has more of an advantage.
So Graves making the exchanges with MF in bot lane. Sona being played by X Special, getting a little bit caught in that bush. Soraka really trying to put the hurt in. Wow, she was incredibly low. Has some flash already. Wow.
Yeah, that damage. Is
that
really,
damage.
Really high. It start out Dorn Blade, so it's really high damage.
So it's so MF she doesn't often start out with boots and pots.
It's just normally in a sustain lane you can start out Dorn Blade and it'll be perfectly fine. So that's why MF is taking the Dorn Blade, especially since her passive makes her really fast.
Yep.
So when she chooses to go aggressive, she still moves really fast and she can get in and go out.
And if you do not know about her passive, she does get a little bit extra movement speed whenever she's out of combat. And right now, Lee Sin, he has his red buff working around towards mid, trying to see if we can make something happen on Zilean here. Top lane, Gangplank, he's using that blue buff, pushing in on Rumble as much as he can. And bot lane, we still have MF and Sona being super aggressive. Top lane is pushed. Bot lane is pushed. TSM's just being really aggressive right now.
Yeah, it's really aggressive. They can't really punish them because Maokai's a little behind, and also, you know, he has to do his path before he can gank, and GP knows this. That's why he's at the turret.
Lee Sin is also going back, grabbing the small golems. And Ryze, he's burnt. So because of that early invade, he did take quite a big chunk off that health, and he's used up all of his potions already. While Zilean has not used a one.
Yeah, Zilean has not used one, but you can see he's really scared of the Lee Sin gank, because if Ryze snares him, Zilean can potentially die. Just 100 to 0. That's why Zilean is just not going aggressive. He's rather just passive aggressive by pushing the lane into Ryze.
But Curse knows he's there. Wonderful, wonderful CVs going off by Elements. Very wonderfully timed. And we are getting pings in mid. We may make an attempt here on Zilean.
May flash snare.
Lee Sin misses the fireball. Nothing going to happen right there. That is unfortunate. Top lane, Rumble and Gangplank still duking it out.
Polbelter still has both summoner spells.
Yep. Gangplank, so Gangplank has already used his teleport.
They see Maokai coming. I actually don't think Lee Sin should counter gank this, because they will lose if they fight 2-on-2, because Polbelter does have a heal. But they're going to try it anyways, which is, I
Flash
find...
and Twisted Advance
out
of
the
Gangplank.
Now you'll see it.
Flames being spit out right in front of Gangplank, and Rumble is not going to be able to make it out.
Yes, this is just like I said, Maokai's going to double kill. They're going to get double killed because they didn't properly assess the summoner spells.
Yep.
And Zilean might even kill Ryze. I don't know what's going to happen to Ryze versus Zilean right there, but I can't.
Right
yes.
I
believe Reginald will fall here. He might just go berserk into Zilean. Oh,
Flash.
No. He has no mana.
Nothing. No mana.
No mana.
No mana.
I don't think he's going to die. He's not going to die. He's just going to keep running.
Maokai is just wandering down. He's just trying to chase him.
Oh, wow. Wow.
He's cornered. We were waiting for a Twisted Advance. We were waiting for a smash. We were waiting for something, and Ryze just takes the wrong way. He's got the boots.
Oh,
Twisted Advance. There we go. Sapling doesn't even need it. Pound. Ryze goes down.
That went incredibly bad for TSM, especially the fact that TSM knew that Maokai was coming, and they still chose to engage at 2-on-2, which you cannot absolutely win. And that's just really, really reckless play.
Yeah. That is, I'm surprised that Zilean lived through that, but also wonderful timing onto the speed buff.
It's unfortunate
on the crumbs.
that speed buff. I did not see that come. I actually thought Ryze might just like run around for 2 years, but that speed buff, I was like, oh, got him.
Yeah, so in a situation like that, you know, if you're Ryze, you're running through that bot river. Did he take the right retreat path?
That was fine. I think that was good. I didn't know that he would get speed buff because I thought Zilean had no mana also. Because I saw them, I was like, both of them can't cast a spell right now, and that's what I thought. And apparently he regened enough to cast his speed.
So Lee Sin will be spotted top lane, trying to go for the gank here on Rumble. Gangplank
goes
down.
Level 6.
Lee Sin gets the speed.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Rumble,
the slow on his ult is enough to slow.
He got away. He got away. That's actually, I feel like they should have got that kill. Now they're so low, and Polbelter knows they really can't fight too much.
Man, I thought he was gone for sure. I thought he was, but that ultimate on Rumble.
Zilean may dive top. It's like Zilean. Oh, they are going for this Lee Sin. They are going for this Lee Sin.
I don't think they. I'm pretty sure you don't have vision on it, but they are taking the red.
They are counter jungling instead. That is smart by Curse. Really, really smart. Because they know they're so chunked that top has to back, and also Lee Sin is not doing red because he's quite low. He just got counter jungled. Crumbs, really, really good play by Crumbs. He's very knowledgeable. And now top is about to die because they're both there. He is dead. That is a day in red, man.
That is perfect timing, and Gangplank getting Twisted Advance gets the sapling. Doesn't finish him off though, but the bomb goes.
Yes, and that's what happens when you put someone out of their element when you ban Sion. Because I've been watching TSM play, and it seems like they've been using that as a crutch to do what they do to win games.
So what are the precise reasons on why they're so reliant on Sion?
It's because they've tunneled on one style of play, which basically they take jungler that's really strong and clears fast, so that they can also invade the enemy jungle. And that can only happen if you have like a really, really strong mid laner. And Sion actually is quite perfect for that role. Because he can clear the wave, and also if you get into a skirmish in the jungle, you can just like burst him 500 HP just like that. And you have a CC on top of that. And he dominates a lot of mid laners. And even if things don't go perfectly for Sion, and he's not in the counter jungling position, he can also just lane normally and have really, really good follow-up ganks with stun. So, you know, he's pretty good all around in the laning phase. And TSM right now is just focusing on the laning phase. That's why they have GP, who is quite dominant up top. They have Ryze they actually just randomly picked Ryze. But then, you know, Sona MF is really, really strong bottom lane. Like, it's basically, you can say those are two of the strongest bottom lane champions, and you wouldn't be completely wrong.
So Lee Sin has passed the blue buff on over to Ryze in mid. And top lane, Rainman is still trying to make something happen on Pobelter.
Yeah, I don't really think Rainman should be doing that.
Rainman is just biting off way more than he can chew right now.
I just looked at Rainman's items before he attempted to kill a Rumble with a kill over him, and he was fighting him with Ninja Tabby and Vamp Scepter.
Yeah, Ninja Tabby, like he should be going Merc Treads, correct?
Against their team, he can... Actually, yes, he should be going Merc Tread, because the only source of AD damage would be from Graves. Yeah. So I don't know why he would buy a Merc. I think he just is too used to laning against AD tops, and he defaulted into buying a Tabby.
Which, on the flip side, you know, the only real...
No. I think he started Class 5. Yes, I think that's why.
On the flip side, too, like on TSM, like the only real source of magic damage is Ryze. I mean, Sona does a little bit, but...
There's some hybrid damage going on. You have GP ulti, MF ulti, which is two really, really big AoE ultis. And then you have Ryze. But, you know, Ryze is like all the magic damage you'll need. So
he's got enough of it. He's got the mana. He's got plenty of magic damage for everybody. And so Pobelter is really, you know, he's established that he is the dominant force top lane.
Yes, really, I don't think this game looks like it's going to snowball at this point. I think it's really early for me to say that, but if CRS doesn't make any really big mistakes, and if TSM doesn't manage to make really big plays, then at this point CRS is probably going to win the early half of this game.
Zillion is coming from behind. They want to get this kill on Gangplank.
They have two. They see bottom lane coming in. They cannot kill Rainman. They have to back out. They have 3 people coming top.
So right now, Lee Sin and Ryze are trying to make something happen. Gets a speed boost off on himself.
No, should not go in. Okay, they're just gonna back out.
I think, yeah, Ryze and Lee Sin are just a little bit too late to the party on that one, unfortunately. But man, look at how much damage. He's burning potions all the time, trying to keep himself topped off and staying in lane.
Yes, he has to, or else Rumble can just zerg him.
And bot lane, the creep score difference is not as big as I thought it would be. Graves is actually kind of keeping in step.
Yes, that is true. He's actually behind 10 CS, which in a counter lane with Soraka Graves, I actually did not expect that to happen at all. Seeing that,
oh my god, Graves! Oh my, Rumble is just really being incredibly aggressive on Gangplank.
Oh my god, they're both
pulls off the heel.
Oh my god, they might. GP will die here as well. GP will die. Zillion's there. Zillion's right. Oh, Zillion's not there.
Ryze is coming up though. Ryze is coming up from behind.
Yes, he's gonna flash. He's gonna try to flash for this.
He will. He may try to flash to try and get some. The CV
I think
goes
he can
down.
get away. He can get away. Yes. So he just got a double kill up top. Once again, they are underestimating Rumble. I actually don't think TSM. I don't want to. It seems like they're just not familiar with the Rumble.
In the meantime, we have a Maokai in the bush.
Yes.
Are we gonna grab one of them? CV goes off.
Oh my god.
Oh, right on Sona. So much damage.
Sona might go down.
Come on, yes.
Oh, it comes my. Oh my god.
And he flashes right out of the turret range too.
That's fine. That was free kill.
Oh my god.
That's Sona doesn't have heal because she has CV, which is fine. That's normal, and that's why they chose to go for Sona. I feel like that was the right choice there.
Wow.
Had they went for MF, I don't think MF would have died.
Curse is just so incredibly dominant right now. 8-1.
Yes, they're up by 4K gold right now, and it's only 13 minutes in.
This is insane.
But they have lane swapped, so the things might change up a little bit.
So Gangplank has gone mid, Ryze has gone top. Why do you think they've decided to do this?
Rumble cannot lane. GP cannot lane against Rumble. It is already known that Rumble is a counter pick to GP, and especially when a Rumble goes 4-1 in lane and you're 0-4, then it's just 4 times harder to lane against Rumble, I guess. And that is why he's changing lanes.
I was not expecting something like this for game 1. This is crazy.
Yeah, going into this game, I was like, you know what? If CRS did their homework, I didn't know. Even if CRS they did their homework, I guarantee they did their homework. They did their homework. But I even if they did their homework, I didn't know that they would be winning this hard.
They did their homework. They handed it in. Yes. They got like 17 gold stars.
They played it really, really well, and this is why I think CRS is one of the top teams. And people keep, this is their good lineup. They have a lot of their starters here because it's online, and their 15-year-old can play.
It's just that we've seen again and again from Curse wonderful, wonderful Rumble play top lane.
Yes, this is a 15-year-old, by the way. Poldar's 15.
Wonderful skill, fantastic skill coming from him right now.
And here he is against a GP with nothing in the... I actually think Rumble's confused. Yes, he's confused because he didn't think GP would be so brave as to stand where he can easily die, and he just did that. Rayman thinking on another level.
Chaos is here alone. Sona's not nearby just yet.
He can actually be 2v1'd. Yes, MF is really, really strong against sustain lane. And here, Odd One is going to die. He has no flash. He just got counter jungled. He's dead.
And that shield is not going to be doing too much against that Zillion bomb. We'll
they are just
finish him off.
Yes, that bottom lane, like, oh wow, and GP goes down top, which is
predictable.
Yeah, I don't know why he's trying to duke it out with someone who is 4 kills above him in a counter lane, but he just did it again.
Wow. Wow.
And that mid tower is going to go down. Odd One is also really, really behind at this point. He is level 8. Same level as the support.
See, that's always like a good testament, to see, if you're in top lane or if you're in mid lane or if you're even jungling, the best way to to have like a nice gauge on if you're ahead or behind is to look at your support's level and see how much gold your support has. Or
generally, if your jungle is like the same level as your support, the jungle is not necessarily really behind, but he's definitely not doing well.
Yeah.
Especially if he hasn't had any kills or, much of the action that's going on.
So if you're GP is just really fallen off. He's 0-5.
Yes, GP is 0-5 and he has 2 ruby crystals and a null mantle. So I don't know what don't know what he's going to build. I'm pretty sure one of those is going to be a Phage, maybe a Spirit Visage.
Yeah, it's really confusing. Like I'm just trying to wait, is there anything that builds off the 2 ruby crystals? But no.
Oh no. I think he's eventually turning those into a Phage and a Spirit Visage, but I could be wrong about the Spirit Visage. Like usually I've seen EU teams play and they do build Spirit Visage, so their Scurvy can heal more. Like Wicked does this.
Scurvy, he's leveled it up to level 3.
He probably should have leveled that up. He probably should have ranked that first.
His parlay, he's not leveled his parlay up at all.
A lot of GPs won't level Parley first because it only gives 25 damage per level, so the scaling is actually pretty poor.
Right now, Lee Sin being chased in
TSM's
own jungle.
He is down, man. They're using after taking middle tower. Rise cannot wave clear. GP, another dead GP here. Oh wow. Oh yeah, he's dead.
This is just dominant play over and over.
Yes, they are getting face rolled, and they're just getting murdered, and it's really nice to see actually because I don't want to say.
we can save that for later. We can save those comments for later off stream. But so Rumble incredibly fed top lane. Maokai getting off wonderful ganks. Zillion doing a fantastic job in his own.
Yeah, they're all doing a great job. Like Cobb held his own against MF, and that's just really nice. He's only 15 CS behind. Sure, he had some help, but at that point he's still only 15 CS behind at that point. So he's doing really well against a counter lane.
So TSM really started off this game incredibly aggressive.
Oh yes.
Top lane was pushed, bot lane was pushed. Do you think that kind of hurt them?
Bottom lane, it didn't hurt the bottom lane at all because MF pushed up, but Maokai never ganked. So, she was pressing her advantage, which is really smart. But I feel GP hurt himself because he had blue buff and he didn't know how to parley spam. So he actually, by forcing the wave into their tower, Lee Sin could not gank Rumble until later. And, you saw what happened. They warded early, they saw Maokai, and they baited themselves into giving a double kill. Because they didn't see that Rumble had heal.
So is there anything you think TSM could have done at all? in this situation.
Yes, well, first off, they definitely should not have ganked top, seeing Maokai coming in with double buffs against a level 3, I believe, Lee Sin, and into a Rumble with heal and ignite. That was just like, I don't know how they assessed that as a good play.
Yeah, I'm absolutely expecting that when we hit game 2, Rumble's is going to be an immediate ban from TSM.
I actually believe so as well. If Yorick is still disabled, Rainman cannot play any top laners that can lane well against Rumble.
So right now Curse is going in for the first dragon.
That dragon basically does no damage to Maokai. If they force an engage here, it's going to be desperation. They should not. So that's why they're backing off.
When they CV'd it, they know they took it, but there's not...
There's a 10k gold advantage at 19 minutes.
Yeah, there's really not a whole lot that TSM can do right now. Like, Curse would just have to make a massive, complete misstep.
Yes, I feel like even if Curse made a misstep, they'd still be in the game, because they had 11 kills, and even if they get a 0 to 5 ace, they'd still have two, maybe 3 dragons. I haven't been keeping track, and they're up all their outer towers also. Yeah. That's a lot of global gold. That's like 5k gold ahead just by taking objectives.
Yeah. If I think like if Curse were to get aced twice, maybe TSM would have something. I think.
Yes.
But the odds of that happening with this Rumble.
Yeah. No, with Zillion and Rumble, they can burst down Rise very safely and very easily at this point in the game. So. And MF, the way Chaos builds MF, there's no way he's going to be a big threat because he's only a laner, because he's built Wriggles. So in a game where the other team is ahead, Wriggles does nothing because you bring nothing to a team fight. So it's actually much harder for them to come back, especially on top of that you have Zillion ulti. Think about a snowballed top champion that's like a hyper carry, Rumble. He's going to blow his load on everyone and then he's going to get revived. And you have to deal with him all over again. And he's going to be really tanky and does a lot of damage. And you can't tank him because your bruisers and your tanks, are really underfarmed. So it's really, really hard to deal with.
I'm just waiting for Rumble just to buy a Guardian Angel.
Oh,
and then have that, and then have the Zillion ult. It's just not going to go away
I feel like if Maokai goes crazy, I feel like they can lose because they won't have a real tank. So he shouldn't get too cocky here because he doesn't seem to be very tanky at this point. He has no MR.
So we are 21 minutes in. Curse is at TSM's door, trying to knock down that second tower. They have a commanding 10k gold lead, up 12 to 1, 21 minutes in. This is unheard of. This is really Curse shining at one of their greatest moments right here on IPL.
Oh, they should go in here. They should ulti. Oh, they're going in. He's going in. Maokai's ulting. His ult is up. Rise goes down. This seems like it will be 3 for none, 2 for none. Okay.
Rumble tanking that tower while they're just picking off MF and Rise.
Yes, they should. I feel like they should just push mid right now, but I'm not sure what they're thinking. Wow, what was that? Oh, they surrender.
That's it. That is a surrender.
That's why I was like, if we randomly popped heal, what's going on?
So that is a 21-minute surrender from TSM. Curse is your winner for game 1. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. If they've been doing their homework on Sion, no, not Sion, but Reggie. Like I watched their scrims and I knew exactly like where their confidence came from. It's like, oh, you're jungling, you're invading their jungle because they have predictable jungle paths, and you have Sion who's gonna run in there, lose nothing to run in there, and that's the point of their game. And if you take that variable away, they have to go back to standard play. And the standard play at this point, as you see from that game, you take out Sion. Look what happened.
Yeah.
Look what happened that game.
So then also, I think our really big turning point, our massive turning point, was that gank on top with Maokai. Everyone just gathered in.
Oh yeah. It snowballed because they thought they could take them in a counter gank. Because usually when you counter gank, you're ahead because you see them coming. Like they know Lee Sin's not there, but at the same time, like they should have thought to themselves, can we even beat them 2-on-2? No, you can't. Because at the moment I saw him come there, I'm like, this is going not going to end well. You have a Rumble with the heal ignite, and how are you going to deal with that low amount of damage? And then Rise comes up to try to help, and then Rise fights Zillion to the death, and they both have no HP, no mana, and then Maokai just comes from top and kills someone.
Wonderful, wonderful play, wonderful teamwork.
Good reaction, yes, very
fantastic.
Nice reaction play by CRS.
Fantastic reaction, and also we saw some Curse doing some counter jungling of their own.
Yes, that counter jungling was very nice too. Crumbs is really on top of his counter jungling game. He's been practicing it a lot in solo queue, and it was kind of funny because you actually know he's going to counter jungle, so you know where he's going to be. But I guess Odd One hasn't. Odd One's been recently has when AP Scion is rampaging mid. Who is going to counter jungle you? Because you're going to die. And when that's taken away and you get counter jungle, how do you react? You don't even probably, you have a false sense of security that's just not there. That's why he died at his red. He died at his blue because he's not even expecting it.
And
he's not adapting.
And for game two, they better be banning Rumble. They better.
Yes, I think they will ban Rumble, but I feel like they won't ban Zillion. And Zillion will be a big problem once again. And that's going to be a reoccurring theme because everyone has forgotten how to play against Zillion. And they keep playing these lane. And if you don't absolutely crush in lane and you have a Zillion in the game, mid-late game, Zillion's team is really, really, really hard to deal with. So I have a feeling if they do ban Rumble, Pole Belter can play a lot of top lanes. He can even go Kennen, he can go GP, he can go Aurelia. And all of those, I mean, Kennen doesn't synergize as much, but Aurelia and GP synergize really, really well with Zillion. And if they have that, I don't feel like TSM can deal with that.
Well, we will see what happens in Game 2 coming up in just a little bit. I'm Hat Person. We're here with Chowster today. This is IPL Killing Spree. Red Baron is going to come in for Game 2. We're going to go to commercial break. We're going to get the next game set up. Again, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're going to run some ads. We're going to get everything ready for you guys. We'll see you in a minute. This is IPL Killing Spree.